Hello students. In the previous lecture we have discussed about the role of supervisor while organizing of the physical resources. Now in today's lecture we will discuss the process of organizing the physical resources. Supervisor has to allocate the resources to his team member to accomplish the task on timely manner. Now for this purpose he has to follow certain stages for allocation of the resources. Okay, and he has to organize how the physical resources should be allocated to the teams. Now the first task in this or the first step is to determine the determination of the objective. In the first stage the goals to establish the organization has been established. The nature of the work to be accomplished is determined. If we will identify a problem, then only we can formulate the policies that will eliminate the future problems. This activity mostly done by the top level management. As per the authority given, manager and supervisor determine the objective to be accomplished within the limited frame of time. So in the first step, the supervisor has to determine the objective. Basically, these objectives are set up by the top level management. Okay. Now, in second step, deciding the various activities. All the activities to be performed are determined, whether these activities are divided into group, subgroup or individual activities. For doing this principle of specialization of division of work must be done. So while deciding the various objective, what you have to do, we need to divide the works into subtasks. This is very important. For example, preparation of account, record keeping, quality control, inventory control, etc. These are certain grouping of the work. Then third one is the grouping of activities. The supervisor tries to combine and group similar and related activities into smaller units. It is also called as the departmentation. The similar activities are then grouped together to avoid the duplication of efforts, confusion, wastage of resources, wastage of time. So this is very important. In grouping of the activity, the supervisor will combine the similar activity in a group and into a smaller unit, and that process is called as the departmentation. The similar activities are grouped together to avoid the duplication of the efforts. If you are not going to group the similar activity, what happened? Unnecessary those activities are performed by other persons also. So that is the duplication of efforts that will result into the wastage of time, wastage of resources, wastage of material, and that creates the confusion also. Okay, so grouping of activities is a very important thing over here. Then assignment of responsibilities of definite person. In this stage, specific jobs are assigned to concerned person. It is the process of giving right work to the right man at right place. This is the most important thing. You should select the right man and assign the right work at the right place. Then only your task is going to be accomplished on time. Okay, so first thing is you need to identify the skill set of the manpower, available manpower, and depending on their skill set you need to assign them the work which will fit into the skill set of that person, and you should allocate the right place for that also. Then only the output will be available as per your requirement. Then delegation of the authority. The authority has been given to a person to whom work is assigned. This is for motivating the person to perform his assigned work independently by using his or her own skills. So delegation of authority is the important thing. In delegation of authority, we will give certain decision making powers to the your subordinates. So definitely what happened because of this, when you are allocating the decision making powers, when we are allocating the authority to this person, that will result into the say they will get motivated because they will feel that they have certain power, they have certain authority, and they can be independently take decision based on their own skill over there. Then providing the physical facilities and proper environment. Physical facilities like machine, resources, tools are provided to a person. Also, it is the responsibility of the supervisor to provide good healthy working environment to the worker so that they can perform well. The proper environment include adequate lighting, ventilation, reasonable work hours, rest interval, safety devices, etc. Now, this the important thing. If your physical environment in which you are working is not proper, then definitely you are not able to concentrate. Say, if I want to perform mm, a job, say I want to perform a job in which it requires a very fine production or something, then what happen, if proper light is not there, then it is not possible for the person. Or if you want to write something, okay, and if there is not sufficient light, then it is not possible for you to write properly. Okay, similarly, if you want to perform the machine job on the machines, and if there is insufficient light, then definitely your accuracy will not be as per the mark. So you need to provide the proper facilities, proper working environment, proper ventilation must be there. There should not be too much suffocation. Okay, ventilation is also important over there. Reasonable work hour. A human being has certain physical limitation. He cannot work for 12, 14, 16 hours. Okay, so normally you should allocate certain time and allocate certain break also. A person is not supposed to perform his work throughout the day or 12 hours continuously. He needs certain breaks. Okay, so you need to take care of that. The work hour should be properly allocated, then only the accuracy of the job or the output of the person should be, or the operator should be, maximum. Okay, apart from this, you need to provide the resources, safety devices also there. Then next is the principle of organizing. There are certain principles of organizing, just we will go through it. Principle of division of work, this is one principle of organizing. Principle of specialization, principle of delegation of authority or responsibility, principle of span of control, then principle of unity of command, principle of unity of direction, principle of balance, principle of coordination, principle of exceptions. So these are certain principles that can be used for organizing. Okay, so